Hello guys, welcome back to my channel or welcome to my channel. I'm Xalaya and today I'm going to show you how to play Shai in PvE content in Black Desert Online during the month of December 2024. It's been a while. Shai doesn't get any major updates. Even after the multiplayer's rework, Shai keeps the same gameplay since a while, and I really wanted to share you my way to play Shai by showing you many tips or advices. We'll start this video with the skill enhancement. You have, for the first two skills, two little supportive skills over there and sharing is carrying. Those two skills will summon a little light triggering nearby enemies for a 30-second duration with a cooldown of 30 seconds. You can cycle them and it will carry your team and yourself by applying some debuffs or healings. Over there, we enable you to debuff AP and accuracy rates, while sharing is carrying will enable you to recover allies HP every 7 seconds. I prefer using sharing is carrying because it's the most supportive skills, able you to carry your team when you will do some boss blitz like Seoul Morning Light boss every week. The second two skills are offensive skills. You have Twirl Boom and Tumble Wumble. The difference is the major DPS you can deal with them. Twirl Boom, we have a critical hit rate equal to 100% and major damage, while Tumble Wumble, we only give you a forward guard and an all evasion rate buff for 10 seconds after using it. All cooldowns are 5 seconds, but I highly recommend you Twirl Boom because you will find some evasion rate buff with another skill in the main end of the Shai, which is Quick 2. And you will reduce the movement speed of enemies. For the two last skills you will have now, mostly used in PvP content to show enemies' name and to reduce their movement speed. You will have Careful, which is really good for PvE and PvP content, which enable you to recover 1000 HP on allies and self-hit. For skill add-ons, here's my presets. And for my crystal presets, here they are. Of course, we have to change this to AP down crystal by 4 AP. And now let's talk about the talent system of the Shai, because Shai is a class who doesn't use an awakening tree but a talent one. She will be able, with a special weapon, to buff her allies and herself, debuffs enemies, and you will be able to apply some CCs on PvP. The special weapon name is the Artin Assault. You will get one of these by completing the Ascent quest at level 56, and by enhancing this one you will need some chains because you can't buy the Artin Assault and sell it on the marketplace, and to achieve the pen statue you will need some lux, some fail stacks, some, of course, PT system if you are very unlucky with this, but this is my view about this Artin Assault. You don't really need to archive if this is not your main character, the pen statue. Don't struggle with this and play your Shai even if your Artin Assault is at the dead statue. Don't be afraid to be shamed by other people because they can't even see your gear, and the difference is a little. Back to the talent skills, Shai can apply some CCs on PvP like Echo Forest with a Swiftness, Sun's Fury with some debuffs, and Air Tremble, which is a stun on every hit she will deal. She can even permanently buff herself and her allies with 4 buffs, which have a 1 minute duration and a 10-second cooldown. You can cycle them if some allies miss buffs by using iframes, or maybe they are so far to you. Here are the buffs: Suns, Moon and Stars for speeds, Shoot to the Sky for max HP and recovery, Time to Shine for Black Spirit Rage recovery, and at least Summer Rain for all debuff resistances. It's really broken for PvP content, but even in PvE, because you will adjust your crystals thanks to the Summer Rain if you're grinding with a Shai. To put those buffs quickly, I will show you my EU in order to help you a bit to understand. I will firstly bind the buff rotation. Sun, I can advise you to put in a shortcut the first buff, which will be the Sun, Moon and Stars. You will first of all press this one in order to buff your speeds, and then press S plus F in order to buff HP, and then move to any direction with using right mouse button to apply a rage skill, and finally S plus right mouse button to apply all CC's resistances. Of course, you will have some any buffs or skills which enable you to simply cancel it, like Toucan Rule on secondary spells. Toucan Rule will enable you to buff your attack speed by 20% for 10 seconds when using the skill, and you will be in super armor. You will be able to cancel it thanks to this, and even with other main skills on the DPS 3. To buff instantly your team, you will be able to chain the combo I show you by pushing keys in the same order. And then you can use the e-buff with the e-touch. The e-buff of the talent is Do It Better. It will affect your allies and yourself by applying 30 AP for 30 seconds and a little all special attack damage plus 5 for 30 seconds. And finally, for buffs, you will have to use your Florin leaves in order to buff your AP and your allies' AP. With the skill on the secondary skills Out of My Way, by consuming 10 leaves, 20 leaves or 30 leaves, you will give to you and your allies a little AP buff, which is 10, 20 or 13, depending of course of your leaves. You will be in super armor. The buff of the leaves have a time duration of 1 minute for you and 30 seconds for your mates. So you will have to cycle this really quickly by using your offensive main skills, and even the second skill enhancement I show you will give you 3 leaves. Here is the stack. You can at least use your skills attack in the air to charge it before the grind, and you can of course charge it by touching enemies. By having 10 leaves, you will be able to apply, of course, this little buff which gives you 10 AP. But of course, if you are applying a 20 buff AP, you will not be able to apply a 10 buff AP, but a same buff or a major buff which is 30 AP. I will just show you. One can decrease the other if it is better and the other can't. To conclude about secondary skills, I will present you the rest of the skills, which are very important in my way. Hop, which enable you to be invincible while moving. Shai just have 2 forward guard in main skills, 1 additional with skills enhancement. So yes, don't hesitate to use it if you're not secure. You are play deaf. As the name said, you can fake your death, but it doesn't work against monsters. You can be lucky and avoid someone if you play deaf in PvE, for example. Hop là. You have EP, a little sprinting spell, which will enable you to cross some distances with your Shai, but I don't really like it because I sometimes crash because of this skill. I don't know why, but it's hazardous for me, so I block it. And about other special spells, you have Gather Around, which enable you to put little enemies on your feet, only on PvE. Come Out, which is the most impressive aggro spell of the game. You can't taunt more than this spell, even with a Mystic or even with a Valkyrie. It can debuff and buff yourself with AP and DP. Debuff enemies, of course, and buff yourself for 10 seconds. It can enable you to recover some leaves piece, 1 per hit, and you're capped to 3 leaves piece if you're around many monsters. And to finish it, you have over there the bubble, which reduce many statistics, mainly usable for PvP, and you can prevent all damage outside of people in the bubble. Really beautiful things. Before that it was very laggy, people were rollbacking on the bubble, but right now it's corrected. For Northern Movement skill, you will have to use EP if you want to cross the land, because Shai will be able to surf on her Florin in order to be faster than other classes, but be aware you are not protected by using this skill and you can basically take all CCs. For recovery skills, you will have Get Well, This is the higher heals of the Shai. Beware because you're not protected by this. You have Cheers Up, a little dot of heal who can support your team, and finally Stick to Me. This is an offensive healing skill which can apply you 50 DPs for 1 second after using the skill, and then a super armor to secure yourself. Of course, by using super armor you will take less damages. To finish this video, I will show you how to DPS and make a clear rotation with your Shai in PvE. You can also debuff enemies in PvPvE, and the debuff is really strong because you can apply a permanent minus 35 DP to enemies, and in addition to the add-on, it's equal to 55 minus DP. Quick 2, Op 3 and Thrill 3 are the spells to debuff enemies, and you can also have the All Evasion rate buff thanks to Quick 2. This buff is findable on Tumble Wumble, but we will never use this. This is why I prefer using Quick 2. Those 3 skills are the only protective skills on the Shai for PvE content. In offensive main skills, you have 2 forward guard and 1 super armor. We will mainly use the skill Go in order to deal many damages because it will apply the 1-2-3's attacks 3 damages, which are around 7k damage, and it will apply all effects like add-ons you put on the skill. This is really strong, and you have to already find the way to press this one to make some damages. You have also try this, which can enable you to buff your accuracy rate and deal great damages. I put some add-ons on it in order to cycle my rotation and to get some extra damage against monster, and to move over sides you have Trail, and to generate leaves you will have Go Away, and of course, as you saw before, you can use the skill on the airs in order to generate leaves. And don't forget the skill enhancement, which enable you to get 3 leaves, and it will enable you in the same time to complete the rotation for your AP of the mate, because the skill duration is only 30 seconds for them. So the basic rotation you will have to use to PvE content if you want to permanent buff your allies with leaves is the following one. First of all, wrong interface. First of all, you will use Try This to debuff enemies with your add-on and get some extra bonus against monster for yourself for 12 seconds, and then you will press Toucan Rule to get some attack speed for 10 seconds. You will apply the force buff for you and your mate, cancel this with Auto My Way to get AP buff, and then using Quick 2 and Op 3 to debuff enemies with massive DP debuff and buffing yourself with add-ons. Then you will use the skill enhancement you have chosen, Trail Boom or Tumble Wumble. Try this, and we will switch to 1-2-3 Go, 1-2-3 Trail 3. And then we repeat the following rotation. Tuck and Roll, Quick 2, Op 3, skill enhancement, Try this, 1-2-3 Go, 1-2-3 Trail 3. And you will have to rebuff your AP every 20-25 seconds because you will have enough leaves to cycle in this duration time. So basically, here is the rotation I show you. I forget this one, but not a problem. And you will be able to repeat this really quickly, as you can say, around 20-25 seconds. Of course, this rotation showcase is basically one of the best to complete the AP buff rotation for your mate and dealing some damages and debuffs on monsters. But of course, when you're alone grinding on a spot, you don't need that because your duration buff is 1 minute, even for leaves. So you will search how to deal the most possible damage with your 1-2-3 Go. Because Go is the most powerful skill of the Shai, you have to press multiple times in order to perform better on a spot and your grind. Sadly, you can't chain 1, 2, 3 go more than one time because game is completely bugged or is voluntary for developers to not overpower the Shai. I don't know, but maybe this is a thing. So basically you have to sidewalk in order to chain the 1, 2, 3 go, but it's a bit annoying. To avoid those problems, you can block the skill hit this and pressing left and right mouse button continuously in order to chain the 1, 2, 3 go. And this is clearly magic because it's not explained, and this is the only way to chain skills in order to deal massive damages with your Shai. So yeah, here's the rotation. When you're alone on a spot, you will start using Try This, Toucan Rule, using talent skills to buff yourself, cancelling it by Auto My Way. You will then use again Toucan Rule, Quick 2, Hop 3, Try This, and chain 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you will use again Toucan Rule, Quick 2, Hop 3, Try This, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, until you're over with your leaves and you need to recover your buffs. Here is the rotation. Of course, you're moving on by doing this, so you need to replace yourself by other skills. And it takes a bit of time to recover all the leaves. This is the issue of the rotation, but you have the maximum damage you can deal. And we finish this in 45 seconds around this. And then I will recover my rotation. And you do this infinity loop until you're enough tired to play Shai. This is the end for this guide. I hope you enjoy it and it can help you to progress or enjoying the Shai. Thank you for watching. See you next time on my channel. Bye bye and have a great Christmas and New Year for 2024-2025. Bye bye.